Well, number one, our money comes from Tallahassee. And so while I've been doing a lot in my city, I know that my hands are tied as far as doing more for the community.
Okay.
So that's one of the main reasons that I'm looking to go to Tallahassee. This is the time I've done as much as I can do here. And I need the support from Tallahassee in order to be able to do more things for our community. I don't like the things that I see when I'm in court. They don't treat our people fairly when we're in court. There's a disparity.
Do you still practice as a lawyer?
I do.
Are you kidding?
I do.
Even though you're a mayor?
I do. I don't practice full time the way I'd like to because of the fact that we've had a lot of things that I've been responsible for.
Immigration law right now?
Currently, yes.
Interesting. Yes. Oh, you wear many caps. I thought interesting.
Yes, and actually the joke is the immigration courts are the one courts that they did not close down at all during this pandemic because they were trying to get more people out of the country. They were still doing they still are doing deportations.
Wow.
So the deportation courts are in full operation. They never shut it down the entire time of this pandemic. And they still actually had us physically going to court. So the Orlando Immigration Court was still open to process deportations.
Interesting. That is interesting for the world to know. A lot of people don't know that.
Yes.
So now when you become state attorney,
State rep,
sorry.
Not ready for state attorney yet.
Yes, state rep. What areas are you covering?
Okay, so
District 101, but what areas basically? Before we went on the show, you were talking about from County Line Road to...
Yes. It covers from County Line Road to Taft Street and from Dixie Highway to Douglas Road.
So people who are looking at the show,
yes,
whether it's national, international, local, and they got family and relatives and friends who live in these boundaries,
yes,
County Line, Taft, Dixie Highway, and Douglas, they can tell them to go ahead and support
yes,
Mayor Ashira Mohammed.
Yes, I would definitely appreciate all the support.
What else would you like to share, with our audience, with our viewers? What else? As I said, our viewers are very national, international, and local. And that's the beauty of America. Somebody got some family somewhere in America, from somewhere who would be looking at the show. So what else would you like to achieve as state representative, and what else would you like to share with our audience before we conclude? We got a couple of minutes, 3-4 minutes. So.
Okay, good. Well, there are a lot of things that I see wrong with our government right now. They don't seem to actually listen to the people. One of the things that I've always tried to do as a mayor is always have my ear to the public. I give out my cell number because I'm like, if you have a problem, call me. Don't call the office, call me directly. That's the best way for me to address the problem if I know what the problem is. I have an open door policy. I don't like the way things are happening in our court system when they're treating us differently from the way they treat other people. There needs to be uniform enforcement of the rules. And that's not what's happening. Right now we have a major need for police reform. We have a major need for criminal justice reform. You go into the courts, people are doing violent crimes, but they're sitting here letting them go. But yet you have non-violent offenders who they're holding for 10, 15, 20 years for non-violent crimes. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
They're deporting people as fast as they can come in, if not faster than what they're coming in. They're holding our children. These are things that we need to stop, and we need to get people in office that care about our issues and that are gonna go up there and fight for our issues. We need money back in our district. Right now with COVID, there's so many problems with our budget and so many problems with the small businesses. They're not gonna be able to survive if they don't have that help.
Yes.
And so these are things that I want to go up to Tallahassee to fight for, to make sure that we bring those services back home to help our community.
And I'm definite that you will make it. Because you have been there. You are a non-traditional background person. And you have made it. Attorney, vice mayor, mayor, and now state representative. Florida House of State Representatives.
Yes.
Well, it was a pleasure having you on the show. Really, really, it was a pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm sure that our viewers would have enjoyed listening to you, a person with your experience and your background and your future dreams and accomplishment, and now to be a state rep. So